All biological life must be exterminated.
Doctor, get us out of here!
Hello, everybody. Jeremy Snead here again with another Anatomy of a Trailer. And this week we're talking about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, the announced trailer that we produced for Capcom, specifically for E3 2017. So the overview of how we approached this trailer was a little bit different than how we normally work, mainly out of necessity. So this was a case where the game is still very much in production, and so we're working with Capcom USA and Capcom Japan, where they're actually creating the cinematics that are going to go into the game. And all of the cinematics that, of course, make it into the final game have a production schedule, but knowing what we needed for the trailer, we sort of started with storyboards and animatics provided to us from Capcom Japan and edited the trailer with those storyboards and animatics to say, okay, we want a shot of Captain America here, we want a shot of Thor there, and we edit together a full trailer out of animatics, and then we deliver that edited animatic back to Capcom Japan, and they can sort of reorganize their production schedule to say, okay, the trailer house, Mediajuice, needs these shots for the trailer, so let's move those to the front of the line of production and get those polished and animated and textured and kind of ready for prime time. The creative process for this trailer, as I mentioned in the overview, it was different but the same. Different in that we had to kind of use our imaginations instead of having final polished gameplay that we could capture or that we got from the client, since the game is still in production, and that the visuals of the trailer are all the cinematics from the game. And those are the things, of course, that can take the longest amount of time or kind of usually are worked on until the very last minute. No graphics to speak of for this trailer other than the Capcom and Marvel logos. This was very much just an edit of footage brought together to kind of showcase, these different characters. I mean, you could almost call this trailer a character showcase, but since it was an official release for E3, it is a trailer. The editing style I kind of spoke to in the project overview, but this one is sort of backwards engineering. We are working with footage, if we were doing, say, a live action shoot, of course, that would be footage that we've shot, that we've planned, that we're bringing back to Mediajuice, and we can bring that into a timeline with confidence, knowing that we planned it, we had a shot list that we executed with various cameras, camera angles. If it's a trailer that's just straight gameplay footage, either that we capture or that we get from the client, that has a whole separate workflow of, okay, let's watch through the gameplay, let's see what the cool moments are of either fighting or driving or whatever the action is. Voiceover, really the voiceover that we worked with was starting out placeholder voiceover files, which I think in some cases was some of the producers at Capcom just reading the lines as placeholder by the characters in the final cinematics. So we would use those, also as placeholders as well as the storyboards and the animatics.
We had a dream. Our two diseased realities united to form a single perfect universe.
And then the final voiceover was happening, kind of as we were producing the trailer. As those were finalized, we would receive those files as well and sync that up with the final edit. Music for this particular trailer we actually didn't handle. This was handled by the composer hired by Capcom that composed the music for the game and just worked well.
Bear witness to the death of your world.
Zero? His core routines have been rewritten by the Grandmaster.
We've done both processes here at Mediajuice where we, license music or we edit music or we outsource to a composer. And it's just different approaches, different workflows. And really one is not better than another. It's just a preference and what's needed for the project. And for this particular one, the best thing would be to have the music scored after the edit. Since a lot of the edit was a moving target of what's going to go where, we could roughly get it there. And then we did get it to sort of a final needle point that we could deliver to the composer, and then they could cut music to that. Once the final visuals, the animated cinematics are in there, then you get a version with the music, the sound effects, all polished and ready for prime time.
Will you not bow before your god?
You are no god.
So the final product came out very well. We kind of applied the classic Mediajuice treatment to this trailer, but approaching it from a very different point of view in backwards engineering from animatics and storyboards and placeholder production files. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite official E3 2017 trailer by Mediajuice Studios for our client Capcom and Marvel.